Sometimes the next step forward means leaving something good behind. After 2 seasons at Wisconsin, where he led the Badgers in scoring both years, Cruz Lucius entered the transfer portal looking for something new.
Yeah, my first few years at Wisconsin was a great experience. Met a lot of great people, great friends, great teammates, and I feel like I built up a lot of myself as a player and as a person, especially in my junior year at Arizona State. I'm always grateful for all my memories there and the passion there too. But yeah, I wanted to come to Arizona State. Felt kind of the direction it was leading in last year, and saw what Greg Powers was building at the program, and also same thing, just the passion of hockey in the desert.
With ASU debuting in the NCHC and his childhood best friend Bennett Shimmick also set to become a Sun Devil, the decision to head south to Tempe became clear.
Really cool thing to come into, also with the new conference as well, and just thought it was a great spot for me personally, and coming in with my best friend too, Bennett Shimmick as well, was a huge piece of that. And yeah, just couldn't be happier with being at Arizona State.
We love creative players that have high skill, and it's the epitome of what he is. He is such a skilled, cerebral player that makes plays, and he's a threat every time he touches the ice, and he's a player that could play for anybody in the country. We knew that. He was a 2-time leading scorer at Wisconsin his freshman and sophomore year, so he was a no-brainer for us when he expressed interest in coming to ASU with his best friend Bennett Shimmick. We jumped all over it and didn't look back.
What was supposed to be a fresh start, however, quickly turned into a setback. A shoulder injury sidelined Cruz for the first half of his junior season in 2024.
What I always kind of say about my shoulder and that injury part of it is somebody and other people are always going through something worse. I always look at my brother and what he went through. That was a huge piece of my progression, and my mentality too is watching how he worked through what he did, and that really helped me to kind of get my mind off of it and really focus on the moment and where my feet are at.
Yeah, it was tough for him because we had such high expectations, and he was one of 4 or 5 guys that was out the first dozen games of the year last year. Had we not had that, I think our year would have probably ended much different. When we got those guys back, then we had a pretty special team, and obviously had a great first year in the NCHC. So, Cruz didn't have an off season to train. He didn't have a training camp. He didn't have a first semester. He jumped in after about a week of skating and being cleared and played against North Dakota. Did the best he could, but he never found his game, and he needed an off season to really, get in good shape and get his head right and get his game right. And he took this off season to do that, and he's been one of the best players in college hockey all year.
Now fully healthy, Lucius is playing the way Arizona State envisioned and emerging as a driving force for the Sun Devils in his senior season.
I think playing with Shimmick and as well as Cullen Potter for a couple games until obviously unfortunate he got injured. Just really special group of players, and being able to talk to them and sharing our opinions and listening as well as giving it back too was huge as a line, and that's really what we had. And me and Shim still use that moving forward with Smolin, who's playing with us now, and it's being positive and focusing on the next shift or what we can do to help the team.
They definitely have a unique chemistry because they're just always on the same wavelength. They live together, they do everything together, they've grown up together, they know where each other are at all times on the ice. And Cruz's ability, he has a really unique ability that a lot of kids I think today don't have, and he has the ability to slow the game down, and really see the ice on a grand scale that not many kids do. So he's this really smart player.
Cruz's impact goes beyond the score sheet as well. In just his second season at ASU, he earned the role of alternate captain.
A lot goes into it, players, coaches, and then just, obviously the ultimate decision usually lies with me. But he was just a kid, I think, that is such a good teammate and wants to win and do all the right things. And he's a he's a kid where you give that responsibility to, it drives him to go even harder, you know, and he wears that responsibility like a badge of honor, and doesn't run from it. He embraces it and meets it head on, and he's been an unbelievable leader for us.
That's every person's goal, is to be a leader on a program and be there for everybody. So yeah, it's something, you know, I had talks for early, and obviously had to work hard to get there. So couldn't be more grateful to have that opportunity.
What Cruz is building at Arizona State is only the beginning. Drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes in 2022 and now part of the Pittsburgh Penguins organization, Lucius continues to chase what comes next.
It's something as a kid you're always looking forward to, and you know, sometimes you might get the chance, sometimes you might not. But for me, I was lucky enough to get selected, and you know, growing up as a kid, you always, you know, everybody is cliche, but you know, Sidney Crosby, and yeah, when I was younger, playing summer hockey, I wore 87, so that was pretty cool. But great, both are great organizations, but couldn't be happier to be with Pittsburgh.
For now, the focus is on the present as Cruz and the Sun Devils turn their attention to the stretch run.
We know what we're capable of. We've gone through a really good stretch of the season where we have wins at Duluth, at North Dakota, at Dartmouth, you know, a win against Denver. So we know this team is capable. It just has to be a little bit more willing on a consistent basis.
It's not looking back on the season of what we could do better. It's moving forward on what we can do now, showing up every game and being ready to get 3 points. And that's the message in the room.
Through opportunity and adversity, Cruz Lucius is helping build something special in the desert.